Okay. So guys, can you view my screen right at the moment?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, great. So, first of all, here's a disclaimer. Now, we all understand, Forex is a high risk market and very volatile. So regardless of tools, strategies and all of that, it still require, good knowledge of risk management and money management. Okay. No matter how effective a strategy or tool is, when you add greed to it, you can never make money. Moses, can you please mute? Okay, thank you. So, uh, I hope we understand that disclaimer. No matter how effective a strategy or tool is, when you add greed and indiscipline to it, it's never going to make you money. So what I'm trying to tell you is that at the end of the day, it's not so much about Jivu or the scanner or the strategy. It's so much about you. So every time you make a loss or the result is not working for you and it's working for others, you have to look at yourself, okay, and see what am I doing wrong and see how you can, correct the issues. Okay. Having said that, let me also add that for you to see the for you to see the efficacy of this, what I'm about to show you, like it would be expected of you as a trader, please make sure you journal your progress. Now, when you learn new strategy, okay, when you learn new strategy, this is the right thing to do. Make sure you first demo trade it. Even if the person trading if the person teaching you has been using it on live account, he has been making plenty money and all of that. For you, you are going to be new to it. So the proper thing is for you to first of all demo trade it for some time. Depending on your confidence level, you may want to demonstrate it for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month, as the case may be, depending on your confidence level, okay? And be comfortable with what you have learned, okay, before you start testing it or trying it on your live account, okay? If you understand what I'm saying, please, could you put in one in the chat box? So this thing is very, no matter how effective it is, until you have built confidence with what I'm about to teach you, don't try it on your live account. It's very simple. But I'm teaching you the proper thing. So I'm not saying this because it's a complex, um, what do you call it, strategy. No, I'm telling you because it's the right thing to do. So first demonstrate it, build confidence, using it, and so what that also means is that if you have what is already working for you, you don't have to abandon it immediately and switch it to this. So demonstrate it on a demo account for as long as you are comfortable with it. Okay, then when you feel like, oh, is giving me good result, then you can now stay on it. And then it's also possible that after I've taught you this, some of you may also, you may have opportunity to improve on it depending on your level of expertise and knowledge of Forex. Okay. Otherwise, it's simple enough for any newbie who is new to Forex to just use this scanner, this Sniper Pro, and they make some money. So the good thing also about what I'm about to show you is that it's gonna be good for what do you call it? It's gonna be good for, I will teach you how it can work for snipers, that is people who want to do sniper trading. and people want to do intraday trading. And I think it can also be effective for people who are swing trading. Okay, so if we are clear on that, then I think we can get started. We can 1 minute. So we are clear on that. We can get started then. So are you ready? Okay. So
Yes, we are, sir.
this is my Jivu, and this is my Jivu, and this is Sniper Pro. Okay. Now another good thing about what I've discovered, like I told Sister Buki, you know, for me, it's still I'm very. By the way, I think I should also mention this for so that for contest purpose. I'm very new to Jivu. Okay, guys, I'm very, but I'm not new to forex. I have some good experience trading. But I'm new to Jivu, and I think one of the let me apart from the for the integrity and respect of the person who introduced Jivu to me, I I'll tell you the reason I signed up for Jivu because I was curious. Okay, not because I just jumped on. Because she knows me, she knows when it comes to things like this, I could be um detailed with researching, doing due diligence. So I didn't even sign up for Jivu to use it as a tool. I signed up for it for research purpose. So I paid for it for research purpose. Basically, I like, okay, I'm curious, let me check it out. And that's why I started digging. So I found this, and I think this is going to be very interesting. So let's get to it. So any time, I mean, any of these currents, I see that it works very well with any of the instruments you have here. Okay, so let's start. What do we have here already? Okay, this Bitcoin. Let's start with Bitcoin. So okay. Okay, good. So now the Sniper Pro is a scanner that it makes use of what we call Bollinger Band as an indicator. It has some EMAs, some MAs rather, moving averages, on it also running. It has the oscillator. I think this is stochastics as well. Okay, but let me quickly tell you about the features, some of the things it has. It has this trend counter. Okay, it has support and resistance levels already taken. It has the Bollinger band as well, like I said earlier. Then if you look down, it has on the oscillator, it marks out reversals level, it marks out retest level, okay, which are basically oversold and overbought levels, and the trend direction. Okay, it also captures the volume in the market. It also captures the volume in the market. And then one other thing, it has a point feature where it helps you to count points, for you the higher the points, the higher the probability of the trade. Now, this was the trade taken this morning, ma. This one, sell. And as you can see, don't worry, I'll give you the details. I just quickly wanted to show Sister Buki this. This was the trade, sell, and so it is in profit right now. We are still selling it. Okay, we are still selling it. Okay, so let's now go back to. So I hope we are making notes, guys.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So if you are making note, can you please put in true in the chat box? Because this leadership training, so I expect serious people here, very serious people. If you are making note, put true in the chat box. Okay, great. I expect every one of us to be to be making notes if we are here. I mean, okay. So now, so how do we use, and again, let me tell you, I didn't bring in any of my own personal ideas into what I'm about to tell you. It's the same thing you have on the what do you call it, on Jivu, the Sniper Pro. So if you go to read, so what I'm trying to say, what I'm about to teach you is nothing out of this world, not special. I did not invent it. Okay, it's there in the Jivu manual. So if you go to the Jivu strategy manual, you will see what I'm about to share with you. However, what what I would say it's an addition from me is my knowledge of forex to understand how how we can use it effectively, understanding trend, so that we don't just limit it to what's happening on the Ninja band alone. Okay, so now the first thing I will want you to also note, now we're about to start looking at the strategy, is that this gives you.
Please mute everybody, please.
Okay, I'm coming.
Of noise in his background.
Okay, I think the
Someone
person.
has a lot of noise in his background.
I think
It's
the
a lot
person.
quieter now. Thank you.
I think the person has muted. So please let's just mute once we come into the meeting. Thanks. Okay, so the first thing as far as you want to do is this Sniper Pro allows you to do top-down analysis very easily. Now, if you are newbie in forex trading, you don't understand what top-down analysis is, don't worry. What it simply means is that you start looking at viewing the market from the higher time frame down to the lower time frame. But typically, if you want to trade it as a forex trader, I mean, as an experienced trader, what you have to do, you have to start doing, you will do monthly time frame analysis, you will do weekly time frame analysis, you will do, you will now bring it down until you get to your entry, the time frame where you pick your trade. Okay, so but the beauty thing I've seen about, let me add monthly to this, to Sniper Pro. So this is it. So this is Bitcoin. So this trend counter can help you do your top-down analysis without doing any complex analysis. Because what you just want to know is, where is the market going over the long time? Is it going to sell or is it going to buy? So we come to monthly. Now, what is monthly telling us? Can you see bullish? You can see bullish. So I want to explain the trend counter to us now. So this is bullish. This one indicates the trend of the market, whether the market is bearish or bullish. Now, it will also tell us if the condition in the market is trending, is consolidating, or is pulling back. Okay, then it will also tell us if that trend is strong, if it is very strong, neutral, weak, or very weak. So having said that, what can you see, right, that is happening on the monthly time frame right now? What is it saying? You can unmute or you can drop a chat.
It's saying that it is.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
It's saying that it is trending, it is bullish, and it is very strong.
Yes, ma'am. So that's telling you that over the long time, as far as the monthly is concerned, Bitcoin is going to continue to buy. And if you understand the market very well, you know that Bitcoin is going up. Bitcoin is going up, is at least we are looking at possibility of $150,000 for Bitcoin. So with that in mind, do you understand? Monthly tells me buy. Well, let us go and look at the story weekly is telling us. What is weekly telling us as well? Someone else, Sister Buki,
Okay.
let somebody else.
Okay.
Are we on weekly
Still
now?
the same thing.
Yeah, we are
Still
weekly.
the same thing.
Still the same thing with
monthly, right?
Monthly.
Okay, now let's look at something on weekly. What is the volume showing you? The volume on weekly is showing you that we have more sell happening in the market than buy, right? However, the trend remains bullish. Do you get? So the current activity in the market right now is showing that we have more sellers in the market than buyers right now, but the trend is still bullish. Did you get that?
How did you determine that from this chart?
Yes.
Now?
Yes.
Now, look at the volume indicator. Can you see that? Those yellow percentage.
Yeah. It says 80.3 for sellers and buyers are just 33.6%.
So does that answer your question, sir? I guess so. Okay. So let's continue. So let's look at daily. What's daily saying? Daily is also agreeing with monthly and weekly, still saying the same thing. Abi?
I will check. I will trade one.
But if you look at
Yes. The daily is still the same thing, bullish, trending, and the market is very strong.
the same thing, good. On 4 hours, still the same thing.
Still the same.
Yes.
So this now, so you understand the market, the trade. So when you are trading, you understand the trading, the trade you want to trade. It helps you to which one is my primary sentiment, which one is my secondary sentiment. So if I see a sell trade, I will not stay in it for long. So that's why I said this thing can work for both scalpers, intraday traders, and even swing traders. Okay, so if I see a buy trade now, because I know the market is trending bullish, I will stay in my buy trade, but I will stay longer in my buy trade. I will hold my buy trades so that I can maximize profit on them. Okay, so 4 hours telling us the same story. Let's come to 1 hour. Good. So now we see 1 hour is telling us a different story. 1 hour is telling us market is bullish, but it's pulling back. Okay, so if you are taking any sell, you know you are trading pullbacks. So
you be cautious and don't stay too long.
Yes, don't stay too long. So you stay. So if you are trading, what do you call it? If you are trading sell, you know you are trading pullback. Okay, and now what you should now do is that in your exit strategy, you can ensure that you use the support and resistance level to get out of the trade. But I will eventually tell us what using this Jivu scanner, how you can even determine your profit and how you can determine your exit strategy. Okay, we are going to look at that. So, but let's go down to, okay, let's check 30 minutes. What's 30 minutes saying? 30 minutes telling us the same story. It's pullback. Let's check 15 minutes. Now, most of the time, my entry time frame is 15 minutes. I enter this trade on 15 minutes, but you can also go as low as 5 minutes. But let's see 15 minutes. 15 minutes is now telling us the same thing. See, guys, market is pulling back. So when I got this sell in the morning, and see, and I think you people in Nigeria will take better advantage of this scanner than people in North America. You know why? You guys are always active, as in like awake during when market has volume, which is the London and the New York session. We wake up when New York session is about to open. So sometimes we have missed trade during London session because we are still sleeping. But you guys should be able to take advantage of this. So we'll look at those. We'll bring in session into this and see how it plays out. Okay, so now we are still discussing this one. We'll go to each of these tools. Okay, so you see that this was this morning's trade. Okay, and you can see that we are still, so yeah, 15 minutes telling us the same thing. Market is pulling back. So it's still showing that the trend is bullish, but market. So if you go to 5 minutes, likely we will see that the market is bearish. The trend may be bearish on 5 minutes, but it's still telling us the same story. The market is bullish, but it's pulling back, but is weak now. Very weak now. So what this means is that we may see market start buying. That's what 5 minutes is telling us. Now, if you look at 1 minute, 1 minute is still bearish, of course. So as you come to the lower time frame, you begin to see those changes trend, which is normal, because normally if market is trending, when it is pulling back on the higher time frame, the opposite trend will be happening on the lower time frame. I don't know if you understand what I mean by that. The opposite trend will be happening on the lower time frame. So if, for example, 1 hour is bullish and it's pulling back, if you come to 5 minutes, 1 minute, their own trend will be bearish. So that's what this one is showing you.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that the trend is bearish. So when you look at monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hours, if the trend on those 4, which we call the higher time frames, are bullish, then remain bullish in the market as far as your sentiment is concerned. Okay? So whenever you are trading a bearish trend, taking a sell in a bullish trend, you know you are trading pullbacks. Please, are we clear on that?
Yes, 100%.
Now, before we move on, does anyone have question? If you have question up to this point, please ask now.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir. My question is, I'm not seeing my own graph the way you are saying it in your own.
Are you using your laptop or your phone?
My laptop.
Are you using your laptop, or your phone?
My laptop.
You are using your laptop, and you are not seeing your entire
Can
screen.
see it, but sometimes it disappears and I don't know how to, or it looks so tiny.
No, if it's tiny, just expand it. Just zoom out. My own is
Then
also
all this
my own too. Always let me because of you. Let me go back and do it again. It's always tiny, so you have to zoom out. So you see, I get this the way it looks like, Abby.
yes, sometimes.
So I have to now zoom out. I have to expand it. Okay. Now, depending on the laptop you are using, but my own, I'm using Apple, so I just have to. So you see, so I just have to expand it. So when you expand it, you'll be able to see it the way I'm seeing it.
Okay. Then all of those dates that you have below, sometimes I don't get to see them on my own.
Do you mean the oscillators below?
These dates,
Which date?
that line you are moving, that vertical
This
line.
place, this area, Abby.
Down.
The one I
You are the 6th of May.
oh May, the date. You mean date?
Yes. Sometimes I don't get to see them on the chat.
Well, in that case, it may be an issue of interface. Maybe it's about the system you are using. I don't know, depending on the system you are using. But I don't think it's the scanner issue. It's not a scanner issue.
Mrs. Olusodo, I've told you to come to the office on a Tuesday. Somebody will show you how to do this. This is just a simple interface issue. I remember you raised it at that last training as well. It's just a simple thing. We just need to show you how to do it. But you need to come in physically.
Pastor Young,
Yes,
you.
you're welcome.
Can
Okay.
you just explain a little, this chat we are looking at, what they are all about? Don't tell us about when to trade or when not to trade. These lines, what are they?
What they
These
mean, and we
things.
will get there. We get there. I just decided to make this a very robust and very comprehensive, because the truth is we will not have the luxury of me coming every time and doing training. And that's why we are recording it. So at the end of this meeting, the record will be available. You can get it from Sister Buki.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes. Okay. Okay, guys. So I think okay. So I just finished up on discussing the top-down analysis from monthly even up to 1 minute, so that you can understand how to interpret them. I don't go as far as 1 minute, but it's okay, because again, 1 minute can help you to look at the what do you call it? Look at the pullback that is going on. Okay, 1 minute can help you look at the pullback that is going on, and maybe you can determine the exhaustion of that pullback. Okay, if you mark it out on the higher time frame, it can give you an idea. Okay, so we just stay on 15 minutes. Let's stay on 15 minutes, and if we need to, we'll go to 5 minutes. Okay, so now when I see we see pullbacks on 15 minutes, okay, and we understand that the long-term trend is bullish. What you want? Excuse me.
Hello, Pastor, please, I have another question. Hello, sir. Hello?
Oh, I'm coming, please. Yeah, you're doing good.
Hello, sir.
Okay, yes, I'm back.
Just a minute, sir. You are on 15 minutes. You are on 15 minutes. If you look at your volume, you have up at 74.4. Then below you have 78.
Yeah,
Below
yeah,
78.9. But
yes.
in my chart, I have 81.8 above, and below I have 72.1.
Are you on 15 minutes?
Yes, I am on 15 minutes. I just changed it. And the currency change.
Wait, okay, which are you on Bitcoin, BTC? We are on you.
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay, but is the market activity the same thing? So give me an idea what so you are saying that your buy is 80 something, your sell is
Hello. Yeah, Pastor Ayo,
yes, I'm with you. Go to your room.
please, so that we will not waste much time. Don't let's go to any chart now. Let's be looking at the charts on the Zoom, the one you are using to train us. Let's concentrate on it now.
No. It's important, because if she's saying something different, if you two may
Okay.
get there, and I just, because I've never checked another person's, compare it to mine, so I've never heard of, I don't have the privilege of knowing if we are not having the same thing. So, but what she's saying, I just need to be sure that she's on the same page with us. You're on BTC, you're on 15
Exactly.
minutes time
Yes,
frame.
sir.
Okay.
It can be different.
So, and then maybe we can refresh and see. I can refresh and see if that changes. So you may also want to refresh Madam Olusodo. Let's see if that changes. Let me just refresh. It's okay. Okay. So I think she has a point there, because I just refreshed this and it has changed. Do you get my point? No, sorry. This is not BTC. Sorry, this is not BTC. This. Then Madam Olusodo, my own BTC, I use Trading View interface. Okay. So that may be responsible for the difference again. Okay. Okay, so I think later the volume will show up. So those may be responsible for the difference. Okay, I use a crypto and Trading View interface. So if you are using another interface, it's possible we don't have the same, because those interfaces are different. The price parameters are even different. That's the truth. In fact, when you check, let me show you what the point I'm trying to make. This is part of training. So you can see the price level on Trading Views. It shows that Bitcoin is around 103,519 AB. Let's go and look at Binance interface. You will see the difference. Can you
Yeah, I
see the
think
difference?
it's the broker. Different
It's the
brokers has
broker.
different
Yes, exactly.
G2, what they call the spread and all that.
All of those things those are
Yeah.
factors. Okay,
So
so we may
it's
have those
different
differences.
prices
Yes, we may have,
depending
but
on
I'm
the broker.
comfortable with what do you call it? Using Trading View. Personally, I just okay. So that being said, so we can see, so this is where we are. So while in the process of this our conversation, I think our pullback has moved from very weak to weak, and what that may suggest to us is that has moved from very weak to weak. So it may suggest to us that there's a shift from that sell to buy again, on the lower time frame, on this 15-minute time frame. So if it moves from weak and moves to neutral, and then it moves to strong, and then maybe it moves from pullback to consolidation, before you know it, it will go back to trending. Then 15 minutes we align. So 15 minutes we align with what the higher time frames, the lower time frame, that means at that point they align with what the higher time frames are saying, and then that means the trend is continuing. The bullish trend is continuing. That's what it would mean. When you check the counter and you are seeing those changes from on the lower time frame. Okay. So I want to believe that's simple enough. So when it's telling you pullback, you can trade the pullbacks, okay, and make your money and get out of the trade, okay. But when they begin to shift back, agreeing with the higher time frame, that may be signal that the trend is continuing in the direction of the higher time frame. And I'll show you how that played out over. That was earlier this week. Was it on Monday? So I think it was somewhere around there. We sold down, and then market change, and before you know it, it went bullish again. And I think but it's gonna continue like that, because Bitcoin is going up. Now, let's now talk about, we have talked about the counter, and I believe the counter is clear. Let's talk about the Bollinger Band. So the Bollinger Band has you can see the red band and the blue band, but the red band, let's call it the outer band. Just below it, you can see the inner band, also red. Then if you come down, you will see the outer band blue and the inner band blue. So this is sell. Now the outer band is a reversal level of the Bollinger Band, meaning that most time when price gets into that outer band, price is going to reverse back. Okay, that means that price is going to reverse back. And sometimes when price go as far as that outer band, it may be also an indication of how far or how deep the reversal is going to be, or if it's a pullback, how deep the pullback is going to be. Okay, now so then on the lower time frame, for the blue one, you will also see that we have the outer, so it's the same thing. So when price hits the outer band of the blue line, it means you are most likely going to see price bounce back up. Okay, and when it gets there, that may be a good indication that if you find a trade, if you have a confirmation, you have a trade at that point, you may have opportunity to make, what do you call it, to make more profit, because it may just indicate that price is going to go, way up. Okay, so now if you see the Bollinger Band tightening, like look at this place, it's tightening. Look at this place, tightening. When it begins to tighten like that, is an indication of consolidation in the market. But when it opens up like this, it's trend, and that's beautiful for you, because when it opens up like this, based on what we have said about the counter, the trend counter, all you just have to do is wait for price to come back into, if it's a bullish trend, for example, always wait for price to come back here and then buy again. When it comes again, buy again. So that's that about the Bollinger Band. Then in the middle of the Bollinger Band, you see this ash, and what do you call it? The ash dotted line, that's the middle, the median of the Bollinger Band is a moving average. Okay, I can't remember, depending on the setting. I don't have the setting with which they set this Bollinger Band, so it's most likely 20 moving average or something. So, but this is a moving average. But you will see that inside they added these purple and red moving averages as well. And then there's another blue, there's another blue moving average that moves with the price. To be honest with you, I ignore them. If I can have my way, I will remove them from this scanner, so that I can focus. But guess what? Because they serve no purpose for me as far as this strategy is concerned. So, but I cannot do that. So I just have to ignore it. So don't worry yourself about this purple line, purple moving average, this blue moving average, and the one that travels with the what do you call it? I think these are like most likely 10 and 5 moving average thereabout. Don't bother yourself with it. Our concern is the outer band, the inner band of the moving average of the Bollinger Band. Are we good with that? Are we clear with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I am.
Yes, but
If you are clear,
the one,
okay.
hello,
Go on.
the one that travels with the price, with the candle, when it is bullish, it's like blue, if I can see where. When
Yeah.
it is short, it's red.
Yeah.
So it's just indicating the trend.
Well, yes, you can say that. Yeah, I mean, it's just there. The same thing with that. candlestick is telling you is the same thing it's telling you. Okay. You can see that the candlesticks are blue, and you can see that the candlesticks are red, right?
Yes, yes. As
So
you say, it can be removed if possible.
so, but anyway, here's my point. Ignore it. As in, don't let them mess with your understanding. Don't let them confuse you. They mean nothing to us as far as what we are looking at is concerned. Okay? Are we clear with that?
Yes.
Now, for the
Yes.
oscillator, okay, for the oscillator, we also have the bearish reversal level of the stochastic, and we have the bullish reversal level. But if you look at it, we have this retest band, which also indicate oversold and overbought levels. You know, one of the beautiful things I've discovered about the Sniper Pro, I may still be wrong, because it's still the early days. Excuse me, I'm still learning. I'm still observing it, but I tend to believe that it does not really lag behind like other indicators that I have used in how many years of my trading forex. I don't know how they did it, but I don't think I've not seen that lag effect. It does have, but like it's not the type that trade would have gone before it start indicating to you that you should buy or sell. Okay, so now, so just like the Bollinger Band, you have this reversal, and they've already done the labeling. You see the reversal level, the bullish reversal level, bearish reversal level. Then you see the retest band, okay, bearish retest band, which is this one here, and the bullish retest band, and then the trend direction, which is this dotted line, okay, this line. Okay, now this trend direction, of course, when price crosses the trend line below, is definitely telling you that price is still gonna sell, maybe until it gets into this bearish retest band, or it gets close to it. Then you can be expecting reversals. But see, this is what we want to help ourselves with, because as far as the lower time frame is concerned and the oscillator is concerned, it will always move up and down like this. So help your mind by understanding that. For me, the most important thing which I appreciate about this, if this trend thing is not there, this will just be another Bollinger Band for me, which I can set up on TradingView. Normal.
That's right.
But this trend thing tightens the scanner. This trend indicator or counter strengthens this scanner, makes it really, something to look at. So because, and especially for newbies, because you don't need to crack your head about analyzing trend. Just by looking at colors, you can know the trend, and you can know what's happening in the market just by looking at the colors. Okay.
Sorry, before you go further, sorry,
Yeah.
can I ask?
Please, you can.
Okay. I use Sniper Pro, and I just look at that thing up, whether it is bullish or very strong, or it's just pulling back or is weak. That's the only thing I check there. This Bollinger Band and that oscillator, I don't have it there. Is there a special setup for it?
No, you should have it. Just like I think, just like I told Mrs. Olusodo, I think she asked a similar question. Sometimes they are tiny, so you have to expand them and bring them out.
Oh, okay.
You have to expand it, or zoom out.
Okay.
Yes.
I've experienced it. I experienced it. You just have to learn how to expand it.
Okay. I get it. Thank you,
it's
sir.
very simple.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So let's progress. So now that we understand this feature, okay, sorry, we are not done yet. Uh, with the Bollinger Band, I've not explained these arrows. So you see all these arrows, blue and right arrows. Of course, what the arrows are telling you, they just tell you, per time, that price is that the candlestick is bearish or is bullish. Do you understand? So that's basically what they are just telling us. Okay, once you have the arrow line there, is telling you that okay, we are having some momentums of buys or some momentums of, but to be honest with you, they are not part of our consideration really. But I'm just telling you so that you understand. You don't ask me, oh, what are those arrows? What are they all about? They are just showing that the candlestick, and the candlestick is selling. They all, whether it's what do you call it, buying. Like you can see, the one right now is showing that the candlestick is buying because market is presently buying. Okay, so that's that. Now, however, back to the oscillator. So for the oscillator, you will see that we have this on the band. You see we have these circles or ball, if you like. You can see this ball. These balls are very important to our trade execution. So note that this ball is very important to our trade execution. Let me for it. You see all these balls? You see all these balls? Okay. So those ones are important trade executions. Okay. Now, what else do I need to tell you before we now look at the strategy? Okay. Another thing you will see here is divergence. This scanner will mark out divergence for you automatically. So, but I realize that sometimes it may be difficult for people to see it. Okay. For example, can you see this red line? I don't know if we can see. Look at this. There's a line here. Can you see that red line?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the red line drawing divergence. Then you can see another one here. This time around is blue.
Yes.
This one. So those lines,
Yes.
those lines
Yes.
are drawing divergence for you automatically. And why is divergence important? When divergence are mostly signals of reversals. Okay, signals of reversals, but now you know to know which divergence works and which one does not work. So for example, now because of my level of experience, just looking at this, I can pick out the divergence. Okay, but you know what I will do with this divergence? It should be it, it should be a complementary idea we will explore. So let's look at the one that is simple, that any of us can just come to this scanner and pick, and then we go our way and make money. Okay. So let's go to it now. So if now we want to trade. Please let's mute. So I want to trade. What's the first thing I would do once I open my Sniper Pro? Once I open my Sniper Pro, the first thing I want to do personally, thank you. The point system has come. Can you see it is calling? It has brought our point system. I'm glad it brought it now because this point system is also important for us. Once it gives you anything above 3, in fact, from 3, 3, 4, the higher the point, the higher the probability. So this point is telling us that there are about 4 levels of confirmation that BTC is about to start buying. Somebody is annotating, please. Who is that? Somebody is annotating, please. Please.
Why don't you just disable them? The person may not even know.
Okay, let me annotation. How do I? Okay, yeah. No, it's even disabled now. Oh, okay, I've disabled it now. Okay. So, guys, so the 4 point is telling us that there are 4 levels of confirmation as far as Sniper Pro is concerned. So the higher this point, so I think the highest it gets to is 5. The higher the point, it gives you this 4 points. It is the higher the probability that Bitcoin, the price is going to go up, that is really going to buy. And what more do we have? It has given us a divergence that is buying. I said I would talk about this divergence later, but good. It has now given us a point system, and it has brought out the parameters. So these points is what do you call it? Our so when you want a trader and you see the point, it solidifies your what do you call it? Your conditions, confluence of your conditions, and increases the probability of your trade, playing out well for you. Okay, that's fine. So that's that. Now, let's now go back to what we need to look at. So when I come to this chart and I open it, so I want to go to the higher time frame. We can just maybe, since it doesn't hurt for you to check monthly, but because a lot of activities definitely happen monthly, you can check daily, what daily is saying, check 4 hours, 4 hours is saying, check 1 hour, what 1 hour is saying. 1 hour is saying there's a pullback. Can you see the 1 hour point system? 5 points.
Mm.
And it sold. Right? They did not sell, it sold. One more thing I should mention. Can you see this? Can you see this zone? So Sniper Pro also marks out your zone levels for you. Look at this zone. Look at that zone. So Sniper Pro marks out your zone for you, meaning that these are levels you can, once it marks it out, those are levels where price can come back to, and people who are experienced traders will understand that. Those are levels where price can come back to. Those are levels where institutional traders possibly have orders waiting to execute. And you can see in this case, see when price came back to that zone, it started selling back, right? I believe we all can see that. So that's another good thing about Sniper Pro. Okay, so I moved from one daily, I've gone to 4 hour. I see that the trend is bullish. Now on 1 hour, it's pulling back, and that one we already know, we understand that. So what do I do? So it's a pullback on 1 hour. It's definitely possible that my 15-minute true will be pulling back. So when I come to 15 minutes, I also see a pullback. Okay, so when I see a pullback, in the case, so when I woke up in the morning, I checked and I saw this. I saw the divergence number 1, and then it gave me my ball point. Now, so when the condition for trading, now you want to start writing for this strategy is check number 1, check the trend from the higher time frame to 15 minutes. Let's say from daily to 15 minutes. Observe the overriding trend and see the changing trend. So if the overriding trend on the higher the trend of the higher time frame is the overriding trend, the trend on the lower time frame is the changing trend. So if bullish is bullish on the higher time frame, and then you come to lower time frame and you find a sell, okay, you find a bearish trend, that means you may want to look for opportunity, a sell opportunity. If you see a set setup, you can take it. Now, however, if you remember when we started this session and we opened this 15 minutes, the pullback was showing. Can you see it has moved to neutral? Can you see it just moved to neutral now? And I told you that when you begin to see those changes, when we opened this chart, it was on very weak. It means that price, there's a change is occurring. That's how it's going to move back all the way back to very strong, and then the buy trend will continue. And like I told you, we have a divergence number one, same buy. We have price has reached the reversal, the outer Bollinger Band, which is the reversal band, number two, right? I'm telling us reason we are buying. Then number three, we now have a point system that said buy. You can see that the points keep flashing. It comes, it goes, buy. And then you can also observe that on the trend counter, the trend counter is also moving from very weak. It has moved to weak. It maybe goes to neutral. These are, likely indication that price is going to buy. Okay, so that's that. But so the number one thing, check the trend from the higher time frame to the lower time frame to determine the overriding trend and the change. Let me, for purpose of what do you call it? Let's call it the changing trend. That's the opposite trend. So if you have it, so if you have higher time frame is buying, higher trend is bullish, lower trend is showing pullback. Okay, higher trend is trending, lower time frame is pulling back. Then and you now come and you check your chart and you find, which was what happened in the morning, you find that the price has come into number one. Check as price got to the inner Bollinger Band. That's like a support and resistance band, this inner one. That's if price gets here, that may be a good call. Okay, so that's the number one thing. Number two, as price got to the it's either or. That's what I'm trying to say. It's either price gets to this inner one or it gets to this outer one.
Fantastic.
Okay, so that's the first thing. So if you check if it has got there. Number two, is price at the stochastic reversal level area? Has it got here, or I've already seen few times price got to this reversal level of the oscillator, but has it got to this retest, bearish retest, which is like oversold level, overbought level? If yes, that's another good one. Okay, now for this strategy we are looking at, this present sell I took this morning does not explain it, but like I told you, it is the Bollinger that explains it. But like, because we are not looking at Bollinger now, let's see another one that captures it very well, what I'm teaching you, which was this one. This one captures it very well. Price got to the inner. Not only did it get to the inner, it came to this outer Bollinger Band. And as at that time, price was definitely pulling back. As at that time, I'm sure price was pulling back at that time. Number two, that's our number one. That's our number two condition now. The number one condition is we want to determine the trend and what's happening with the trend. Is it trending? Is it consolidating? Is it pulling back? So if the trend on the higher time frame is bullish and on the lower time frame it is pulling back, we know that we have opportunity to take the pullbacks, especially when the pullbacks indicate, when the trend indicates weakness. The trend is weak. Okay, so that's the number one. The number two, we want to check as price got to the inner Bollinger Band or outer Bollinger Band. Number three, as my oscillator got to the bearish retest level for a sell. If the answer is yes, that's number three condition. Number four condition is, do I have this ball? If you don't have that ball, please don't get into the trade. Now, once I have this ball, as at that time, but you will please, guys, note that our point indicator does not stay. So sometimes you may get there and you don't find the point. It does not mean that the point does, if you when you get there and you all other conditions meet and you now see the point and the point flashes and shows you, like you see it has flashed again. So the point does not stay there permanently. And so you can see it. So our kit. So when you find the point is just an additional confirmation that, see. So if we are taking this buy based on divergence now, we'll be in profit now. Okay. But again, like I told you, before I continue, let's do a recap. Can somebody do a recap for us? We have talked about 3 conditions we are looking at. No, 4. We have talked about 4 conditions. So can somebody recap? What's the number 1 condition?
Price must get to the inner or the outer. Is it Bollinger Band?
No,
the
that's not
number 1 condition is check the trend.
Check the
overall trend.
Oh, the overall trend. Okay.
And determine the overriding trend.
Yes, sir. Check the trend. That's the first thing. Check the trend from the top-down analysis from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. Okay. What's the overriding trend? So that you know what the whole idea of that is, so that I know what I'm trading. Okay. So that I know what I am trading. That's the whole idea. Okay, good. So what number 2 trend? And sorry, what number 2 condition?
Check the Bollinger Band and know whether it has reached retest or yes, check Bollinger Band.
Okay, check Bollinger Band, whether it has reached inner band or outer band. So that it will just be simple for us. That's all we need. Inner band or outer band. What's number 3 condition? What's
check
number
the
3?
Oscillator. Check the oscillator.
Okay. And what's the condition?
And then the condition is that do you check the oscillator and know whether the ball has appeared?
No. Check
the oscillator and see whether it is at the bearish retest or the bullish retest.
Yes, ma. That's the number 3. Check the oscillator as it reach, because it will reach there. It will not bring this ball. Okay. I'm in a training now. Okay. What's the time? Okay.
Okay.
So check the oscillator to see if it has reached the bearish retest or the bullish retest. Then number 4 condition, have I seen my ball? Have I seen my ball or my circle? If I have seen if it appears, okay, I can shoot. Okay, but also don't forget, it's also good, but that sometimes now the volume indicator, I notice, does not come out all the time, but I think most of the time it comes out when it is able to aggregate. I am assuming when it's able to aggregate the volume of trade in the market. Oh my God! See, our bullish has gone to 6 points.
6 is crazy. I saw it.
It has gone to 6 points. So if we are taking this trade while we're on this call, and I could have called it, we should buy it because there was divergence, but I was just focused. Let's get this training right. Trade is not the priority. If we get it right, we'll pick many trades on this and we'll make money. So now we have at least minimum of primary 5 conditions to check out for: the trend, the Bollinger Band, the retest level on the oscillator, and the ball. Okay, 4. So we have 4 major conditions to check out for. So if you now see volume and the volume indicator comes in and you see that at that point you have more bearish volume than bullish volume, then that becomes an additional condition that will solidify and build your confidence that this trade has high probability of going your way. Then number 6 now, if the point system now comes and it is at least when you see 4, 5, 6, that is solid for you. 4, 5, 6, that one is a solid core point system. We have 4, 5, 6 points. 3 is still okay, maybe. 3 is still okay if you see 3, but I think if you see 4, you see 5, you see at least on this trade now we have seen this point move from 4 to 5 to 6. So 4, 5, 6 point is a solid one. Okay, so but now let's look at this trade, how it played out. So we have all written the conditions, Abi. We all know the conditions now. We all know the conditions,
Yes.
I assume. So let me expand this so that we can see very well. So how do I enter this trade now that all these conditions are in place? Now, how do you enter the trade? Now, you see the candle. Most of the time, the candle at which point this ball appears is your entry candle. The candle at which this ball appears is your entry candle. So like in this case now, this is going to be our entry sell. Now, I have 2 things you can do as for your stop loss. Listen carefully. So once you enter at the close of that candle, meaning that for this, what do you call it? Sniper Pro, you have to be on the system to be able to catch this trade. You have to be on the system. And I think that's pretty much the same for almost all the scanners that Jivu acts, except Smart Scanner. Except Smart Scanner, you can set pending orders for it, if you understand it. But that is designed for people who probably have good knowledge of forex to a level. I mean, a certain level of knowledge of forex. Okay, but for newbie who just want to check conditions, now I've given you the 4 conditions. All you just need to do, don't worry, I will recap it. We simplify all the conditions in black and white so that you can take your book and be checking. Okay, so you enter at the close of that candle where this ball appears, and then 2 ways you can set your stop loss. Number 1, you can step if you want tight stop loss, and this is where this strategy is very fantastic. If you want tight stop loss, okay, you can make your stop loss above that entry candle. That is a tight stop loss. Maybe I don't want to risk too much. Let me just risk a little. Let me just risk a little. Put your stop loss above that entry candle. But to be honest with you, it is not the safest of place. A lot of it, I mean, if you do it, if your trade eats out your stop loss, in most cases you will not lose a lot. But what are the pros and cons? The pro is that if the trade goes against you, it will limit your risk. It will limit how much you lose on the trade if the trade goes against you. But what is the con? The con is that it has tendency to hit your stop loss frequently. But whenever it does not, your risk reward ratio will be crazy. You will have a very, very powerful LD risk reward ratio. Risk reward ratio. So that's one. But what me I do, however, is I put my stop loss on the eye of my entry area. So if it's a sell, for example, I put my stop loss above the eye from where I entered. And then if I now put my stop loss there, like in this case, I will not look at where is my profit will be the next thing. Now, I recommend two things. Number one, you can take your first profit at the median, this moving average, this middle Bollinger Band. That's the moving average, middle or median Bollinger Band, or the middle, that moving average, this dotted green one. You can put your first take profit there, and then take your second take profit to the inner Bollinger Band on the opposite side. So when I do this and I put my stop loss here, I will not look at my stop loss. What is the ratio? Is my risk reward ratio good? Yes. This is 1:2.3. This is 1:2.3. That is good. That means if this trade goes in my point, I will win twice as much as I have risked. And for me, that's good. And even if I take my profit here, let's look at it. What's my risk reward ratio? Is it bad or good? It's still okay. 1:1, which is still okay. But there are sometimes that your stop loss will give even better risk reward ratio. So this is it. So now this trade was on 13th, which was today. I bet today is 13th or yesterday. Oh, yes,
yesterday.
That was yesterday, around 2015. That's 2015. That's like 8:15. Am I right? Yeah, 8:15. This was around 8:15. I don't now know if it's Nigerian time or which time, but bottom line 8:15. Around 8:15, this trade setup came. By May 14th, this today, 8:45 in the morning. This was in the night, 8:15 in the night. By the following day, it has hit profit. Are you following, guys? It has hit profit. Good profit. Good profit. Okay? So, good profit. So that is one trade that went in our favor. I mean, if we are taking this trade, this was one trade that really did well. Now, let's come to the trade that I chose. Okay, no, we are not coming there. And I will keep telling you why we are not coming to this trade. We'll come back to it later because I used divergence to take that trade and it sold. I used divergence. So, but I don't want to, at the end of this training, we can talk about divergence as an So, but let me now show you. Let's look at the buy scenario. So this, we are here. Price came, boom, it touched the inner Bollinger Band. And at that time, we are most likely going to have, what do you call it? A scenario like this. Bullish, pulling back or pulling back because this is not consolidation. And then price is now showing sign of the pullback is probably, I mean, what do you call it? The strength is now moving from very weak, showing some sign of strength. So if we have checked that, we now come as price touch the inner Bollinger Band or outer. Yes. What about here? As price touched the bullish retest? Yes. So, and then we now got our ball. So we got this ball here. So that is our entry candle. Unfortunately, our entry candle is very big. And I think it is candle like this that makes me put my stop loss under it. Because again, I don't want stop loss that is too wide. So at the close of this candle, we enter a buy. put my stop loss under the candle, or whereas under the low. Now, again, so for me, what determines where I put my stop loss can also be my risk reward ratio. And then I bring my take profit to this place. That's 1:1.28, which is okay. That's good. Okay.
Should I stop?
Oh, I'm coming. Okay. I'm coming. So that's a good one, Jill. So for me, that is a good one. But again, look at this. Now you realize that our entry is very close to this media. What do you call it? The media Bollinger Band. That's the middle one. And a lot of time, it can serve as a resistance of some sort. But again, to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't, if my trend stuff are in place, I probably won't bother so much about it. And that's why I have stop loss. So in this case, I can move my stop loss very close here, just that in case this really acts as a resistance to price and I have to take a loss, I won't take so many loss. And do you know my joy with this thing? I know that in any case, I'm going to make a lot more profit than the loss. Okay, so now let's look at this. This trade was called yesterday around 4:15 p.m. in the morning. Don't forget, I told you I don't know the time that they are using here. Okay, they are using UTC. What's UTC? Universal Time. What? They are using UTC. So we can convert UTC to Nigerian.
You can change the time zone.
We can. I've tried it. I could not do
Yes.
it though. I have
Yeah,
tried it
you
before.
it keeps changing back every time you refresh. So even if you change it once you refresh the page, it goes back to the
1 hour. Nigeria is 1 hour ahead of UTC. Nigeria is 1 hour ahead of UTC. So if this was 4 a.m. UTC, that means that was 5 a.m. Nigerian time. 5 a.m. Nigerian time is called this trade. And by now, look at the time. See, this is where you set your profit to this, because as at that time, all these Bollinger Band you are seeing here have not printed. All this Bollinger Band you are seeing here, they have not from. Let me show you. From this point where you are checking, it has not printed. So your actual profit is not here. You know where your actual profit is. If you are waiting to get, so okay, sorry. So this is where it eats your profit, okay? This is where you eat your profit. But look at it. If you are following, I want to wait for it to eat, touch this inner Bollinger Band before I take my profit. This is where your profit will actually be, this place. Okay, but based on as at the time when you were setting your profit, this was where the inner Bollinger Band was, and so this is where it took the profit. But look at the potential profit. If you keep moving your profit so that until it touches it, this will be where your take profit will be. But of course, we would not know, would we? Right? We would just, so even if it eats you out on profit here, my brother and sisters, this is still a good win. It is a ratio of 1 to 2.4. And if you now take your profit to the low here, it's still 1.12, which is still fantastic. Now, is that clear? Is that very clear?
Yeah.
100%. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
Please, I want to reconfirm. You said that at the appearance of the first ball, the
Yes.
candle that appears there at the close of that candle, you take the
Yes.
trade. Okay.
Yes. Yes, sir. So
Okay.
let's backtest a bit and see other what do you call it? So
I'm so sorry. Before you go further, On what time frame do you execute your trades?
I execute on 15, but to be honest, 15, I feel better with 15. I've done it with 5 before. During my, I won't lie to you, I'm still testing, but I feel confident enough to share the knowledge right now. But I'm still testing it. So, but what I realized that when I tested on 5 minutes, it gave me early entries. As I was going to enter the trade early. But I also discovered that I took losses. All the losses I've taken using this scanner so far were 5 minutes entries.
Exactly. I get it.
But it gives me early entry, allow me to enter the market on time when it trade. So okay, let's use the example of this one now. Okay, let's go to 5 minutes. Is it this one we chose now? Okay. And then please don't forget that this also give we also have support and resistance. I told you about those ones, right? Support and resistance level. Okay, don't forget we also have those ones, so that we can use. So look at this one now. Let's now go to 5 minutes and see where our entry would have been with this. Now, applying the same strategy layout that we have shared. Now, on 5 minutes, where are we going to take this trade? Okay, so look at this good example. Now, on 5 minutes, are we going to take this trade there? Ball appeared there. Are we going to take are we going to jump in? The ball, look at where the ball appeared. It appeared there. This must be a good trade, right?
No, it's not touching the Bollinger Band.
It did not. Thank you. It did not get to the Bollinger Band, so we could not take it. Now let's come to when it got to the Bollinger Band. It has not got to the Bollinger Band, but this is me, guys. For me, price has got to Bollinger Band there. It showed oversold strength, but price was continuing to sell. Now, depending on what is happening here, I may take this trade there. Okay. I may take this trade there. And I will take it based on divergence. That's why I say I will need to teach you divergence. Because if you look at this divergence here, okay, the only reason I will not take this trade, this divergence here, guys. Abi? And divergence is a reversal pattern. Price is going up. So it now give me this ball on top of it. I will enter this trade here, 5 minutes. At the close of this candle, my stop loss will be below. So that's why it's important I teach you divergence. So please don't be in a hurry. At the end, we are almost done with this strategy anyway. You see, see where 5 minutes say enter. See where 15 minutes say enter. Do you get? So 5 minutes we always give you early entries, but what are the chances? But if your traders, even if your conditions are solid, sometimes it will still eat you out on stop loss. Why? Because 5 minutes is a low time frame. A lot of activity, a lot of noise is happening on that time frame. Okay, but I think if you do your top-down analysis properly, you are able. For me, the strength of this strategy is your ability to interpret what is happening here in the trend counter. When you are able to analyze it very well, can you see that right now, Bitcoin on 5 minutes it has moved from pulling back to trending, right? You see, it has moved back to trending, and 15 minutes has moved from weak to neutral, meaning that market is buying back. So if you can interpret this thing very well, and in my own analysis, it's not difficult. I believe, to the best of my knowledge, is you using color and understanding what does trending mean, what does bullish mean, what does trending mean, what does consolidation mean. Now, this activity is the key thing. Now, all I just want you to know is that bullish and bearish are the trends. When you're showing trending, it means the market is agreeing with what he's saying here, that market is what do you call it, going in a particular direction. That's what trending means. It means either it's going up when it's bullish or it's going down when it's bearish. Consolidating means there is no, okay, let me use this term that will help us. So when it's bullish, it means the buyers are winning. I mean, the buyers are the one in charge. That's what bullish means. When it's trending, it means the buyers are winning. Okay, the buyers are winning in line because they are the owner of the market. When it's consolidating, it means the buyers are in charge, but at that moment there is no winner and there is no loser. That means that both buyers and sellers, the market is ranging.
Yeah, it's par.
Good. Now, when it is pulling back, it is telling you that although the buyers are the one in charge of the market, but at the moment the sellers are winning in the market, but it is a pullback. The buyers are still the one in charge. Okay, I hope that analogy will really help you. Now, it
has helped. But AY, sorry, if now that you're on the counter, can I just clarify something very quickly?
Okay.
When we're talking about the strength, does that strength, very strong, neutral, weak, and very weak, does it is it referring to the trending trend, which is the trending consolidation or the pullback, or is actually referring to the bullish, which is the overriding trend?
Relating to the bullish, is relating to this one.
To the overriding trend. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. The two of them are relating to it. Okay. So when it is pullback and is very weak, it's telling you that the sellers are strong. When it's pullback and is very weak, it means the sellers are strong. So if it is very weak and it now begins to move to weak, to neutral, to strong, it's telling you that so when by the time it moves to strong, this will move from pullback, it will move to trending. So do we get it?
Yep.
Yes.
100%. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. This one is not, doesn't want to delete too. Okay, let's leave it. I don't know why it's not deleting. Okay, so
sorry, before you move. In a situation where the trend, let's say price have moved towards is it oscillator we call it, or the Bollinger Band, sorry.
Yeah.
Has moved towards maybe the inner or the outer Bollinger Band, and or before price gets there, that ball appears, but price has not gotten to the Bollinger Band. Do you know we can't pick it?
No, we can't pick it.
We can't pick it. If price now gets to the Bollinger Band and another ball refuses to appear, what do we do at that point?
No, don't pick it. Don't pick it. Let's look at the scenario you're talking about. Let's see if we find let's see if we find that scenario here. So a scenario where price and the oscillator has got there and ball has appeared, but price has not got to the Bollinger Band. That's what you're saying, right?
Or the ball has appeared ahead, but price has not gotten to the Bollinger Band.
No,
And eventually, when price now gets
if
to
you
Bollinger
observe,
Band,
the ball doesn't appear until it gets to until I think until when it makes the curves. I think it's when it makes the curve it usually appears. So
okay.
let's
from the oscillator.
yeah, from those line, from those retest line. And okay, so let's look at, let me see if we can get a scenario like this. So you say price appears first, but it has not got to the oscillator. That's the one you said.
That the ball has appeared. We have seen the ball, but price has not reached the Bollinger Band yet.
Okay, so
Retest.
what you are saying is that price has reached oscillator, but it has not reached Bollinger Band.
Bollinger Band, exactly.
Okay, I think we had a scenario like that earlier. But let's see if on 15 minutes we can find that scenario as well. Oh, okay, I think yes. Yes, look at this. This one here. Price reach oscillator, ball appeared, but price has not called to Bollinger Band. In fact, it's very far from it. We can't buy this. And
but price had hit the inner Bollinger Band now.
But it was in the opposite direction. We are looking for a buy, but it was there on the sell.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
sorry, I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, this strategy, does it only work on BTC or any pair?
Any pair. I said that at the beginning.
Oh, I actually joined late.
Okay. So don't stop coming late for your classes.
No problem, sir.
Sorry, our amiable teacher, please. If after the ball has appeared and the price has not reached the Bollinger Band, and at the end of the day, price now reaches the Bollinger Band, and no ball appears at all again, are we still going to leave it?
If the ball by that time, price oscillator will probably have moved away from your retest area. So I don't think it will, but if it gives you a second ball,
okay,
and look at that. If it gives you a second, because a lot of times you see second ball, but for me, the best time to take trade, second ball may be too late. Look at this trade, for example. First ball, if you got in on this first ball, you will make good profit. Second ball, look at your entry. Please, can we mute? Can we mute, please?
Mute yourselves, guys.
Are you automatically mute from?
Okay, let me see if I can do this. This person is definitely not in this meeting. If this was my meeting, what I typically do is I remove people like this. When people are not conscious they're in a meeting.
Absolutely, AY. You have my permission to remove people. I was just going to say that to you. This is for people that are deliberate and intentional, right? Please just remove people. Just yank him out.
Okay, unfortunately, I can't even say it. And Namido, can you please mute yourself, please?
He has finally muted.
Okay, please. I won't like to. Please, let's respect the sanctity of this class. Okay, so I was talking about a scenario. Yeah, I was talking about this scenario. Yeah, look, if we had gotten on the first ball, look at the entry. Good entry. But if you are getting on the second ball, look at our entry. Where is the second ball?
You're almost there.
This is our entry. Can you which entry do you like amongst the two?
The very first one. The difference is even so significant.
The difference is clear.
Yeah. So for me, I prefer. can I catch it on the first ball as much as possible? Second ball, yes, but definitely for me, it always has to be the first ball. It as much as possible.
The second ball will make your stop loss wider.
Wider, thank you. It may like this one, first ball, good one entry. Second ball, look at it. Luckily, this time around, it's not too far from the first entry. And the trade still played out, right?
Yeah.
So what am I saying? I'm saying that apply discretion if you're going to use the second ball. So you may want to do what I've done. What was my risk reward ratio going to be? Okay, you always let that be your judgment and use that as your judgment. If I enter here, my risk reward ratio is just 1 ratio. If I'm stopping here, but please, when the market you are enter a trade that is in line with the trend, give yourself opportunity to make more profit. Don't be, because this business is trending. Why should I take my profit here when it can go? So at that point, you can use, where is this thing? It does not show until we get to the end of this place. You can use this support and resistance line. Where is it? Look at it. We have them here, or just randomly use what do you call it? So when you're in the trending market, all I'm saying is that give yourself room to make more money. You know that I'm in line with the buys. So can I stay on it? I'm just manage my trade. So if market has moved, I've made how many pips profit from year to year? Instead of just closing my trade, except you are fine with it, good. Maybe you're not a swing trader who can hold trade for many days like us. Fine, that's okay. Otherwise, can you just break even, put your stop, your loss entry stop trading profit position and ride it to make exceeding more money. I will show you example of what I'm saying on gold. So coming back to your question, Rookie, when you check, use your discretion on the first ball and second ball issue. If you think this stop loss is too wide for me, if market goes back, it's going to be a big loss, like in this case, then decide whether you still want to take the risk or not.
Okay.
So because in this case, look at that, and the difference is clear now.
Yeah.
Of course, it still gives you some good risk reward, but it's still somehow.
It's wide, yeah.
So but because this scenario is not what applies in first and second ball situation every time, I would say use your discretion. When you mark out the second ball and you say, this stop loss is too much, decide whether you want to risk it or not.
Not.
Yeah.
Or you reduce your lot size.
Oh, a good one. That's a good one. You can reduce your lot size in that case. Please note that while this strategy has high win rate, it doesn't mean you may not take a loss. Please. So always be conscious of that. Don't be over leveraged. I said it at the beginning, no matter how fantastic this tool is, no matter how effective this strategy is, if you add greed and indiscipline to your trading, you will end up losing and blowing your account at the end of the day. Why your colleagues who are using the same strategy with discipline and caution will be making money.
Yeah.
It's the same strategy. So right now you can see that everything has changed bearish on 5 minutes. I love that I'm having real life scenario to teach you this. What has happened to 15 minutes now?
Very weak.
It's very weak and it's pulling back.
It's pulling back and it's gone back to very weak. So market should be selling right now. So this trade I took in the morning, I'm still in it on 15 minutes. And that means I'm still in profit. This is the trade, guys. But like I told you, it was based on divergence because price did not it's nearly got there, but it did not get there. So I just used it. Divergence. Yes.
In these 15 minutes, as we are looking at the trend board, it says pulling back. That very weak, does it refer to the bullish, the major highlighted bullish? Is it referring to it, or that the pulling back is very weak?
Okay, it's actually referring to the bullish.
Question I asked.
We have answered
Yes,
this
I
question.
remember. I remember you asked it.
And I answered it.
Yes, I'm just looking again, because by the time we go look at the 5 minutes, it's showing bullish. I mean, bearish also. I don't know.
Nah, it's referring to this now. It's the same thing. 15 minutes and 5 minutes are saying the same thing. 15 minutes is showing you bullish, but the bullish is very weak.
Very
5
weak.
minutes is showing you bearish, but the bearish is very strong.
Okay.
They are saying the same thing
It's clear.
in different ways.
It's clear. It's clear. It's clear.
Basically, the strength is referring to the overriding trend. So always just note that if it says weak, it means that the overriding trend is weak.
And that's why 5 minutes is
out
bullish.
exactly. And that's why it's bullish, exactly. So all these things are coordinating, actually.
Okay. Are you clear with that?
Yes, hello, sir. Hello, sir. I want to point out something. Now, as we are looking at it in our confirmation, we know the volume is not appearing. Okay, meaning that when we are confirming, does it mean that volume does not really matter in this sense?
Yeah, Mr. Liasu, I explained that already. I already told you. I said that how many confirmation do you have listed? I told you your primary confirmation, and I said volume and the point are secondary confirmation. If they come in, that solidifies that gives you greater confidence in your setup. Okay, that means that it increases your confidence that this trade is really gonna go. Okay, but if it doesn't show and you have the primary confirmations in conditions in place, you can still take them.
Yes, thank you. Just to go further, like point does not appear all the time.
Okay, you know what we
does not appear all the time.
You know what we do? You know what we do? Let's do this so that we can have time, and because I just have little time before I have to leave now. Any question you have, let me just run through the presentation. Any question you have, write it down. So when I'm done, we take all the questions and I can answer them so that we don't, so that we can cover as much as I would want to cover. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay. So let me quickly show you. I took this trade. I took this with gold, as in like gold. Incidentally, gold is what I love trading. I mean, gold is one of the things I trade. It is Sniper Pro that made me to start trading BTC. I usually trade gold and GU normally, but like I told you, most of the losses I took were on gold. Yeah, unfortunately, they were on gold. So,
gold.
Yeah.
It doesn't respect analysis, really.
Gold can embarrass your analysis.
It doesn't respect analysis. I don't like trading it at all.
Yes, but it can make you good money. It does not respect analysis.
It doesn't.
No, not that it doesn't respect, but it can embarrass it. Okay. So, but so a few trades on gold where it plays out, and then we are going to look at a lot of situations where gold did not play out. So for example, this 15 minutes. So you can look at gold right now, everything is bearish. The bearish is very strong. Look at 30 minutes, bearish, bearish, very strong. Look at 1 hour, bearish, bearish, very strong. Can you see? Look at 4 hour, bullish, pulling back, but weak. Daily, bullish, consolidating, strong. Okay, good. I like this. So let's quickly talk about this. So what do we do? Market is saying, I mean, the trend counter is saying the market is bullish, but it's consolidating. Now, typically, what do they say when market is consolidating? What do they say you should do?
Stay clear.
They typically say stay out of a ranging market, Abby, meaning don't trade consolidations. But you know that this is daily now. So anything that is consolidating on daily, you probably find, some trending market in the lower time frame. So you can see all our lower time frame are showing bearish trend. Okay. So when you look at that, look at week, but weekly is telling you that what? Gold is still strong, bullish, very bullish. Daily say is consolidating. We have to respect that. Okay. But then 4 hours say we are pulling back, 1 hour say we are bearish. So we should be looking for how to sell gold if we have that. Okay. Now, but look at this scenario, gold. I think it was Rookie that asked this question. I think this is a good example of that helps you to answer. It got to the bearish retest, but it has not reached the Bollinger Band, right? Rookie, this is the type of thing you were asking. But eventually, it got there, and then the second ball showed.
Yeah.
This is the type you were talking about exactly.
Exactly.
So yes, I will take this trade. You should take this trade. It's still very close to the reversal zone.
Yeah.
So definitely you should take this trade. Because in fact, as far as I'm concerned, this is the first ball. In my own opinion, because my condition is the first ball that appear after all these conditions have aligned.
Yeah.
So the ball that appears before my condition aligns is not my ball. So this is our first ball, as a matter of fact. So does that answer it?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
Good. And by the way, this is 1 hour entry. So you enter this trade, look at your profit. This is crazy.
It's mad.
This is, you made thousands. How many pips is this?
And the stop loss is not so wide.
Not so wide. No, it's not. So this is actually a lot. This is almost 600. This is no, sorry, I said 600 pips. This is like 1,000. Is that it? Well, yeah, 1,700 pips.
That's a lot. Even with 0.0, it's a lot.
Yes, this is like 1,700 pips, and you reach like 750 pips. It's just a good trade. That's my point, guys. Okay. Okay. So now let's look at this scenario. Are we going to take this?
Yeah.
Are we going to take this trade? Yes or no?
Let's see. Yes.
Yes.
Are we going to take this trade?
Yes.
Yes.
No, we are never going to take it.
Yes.
Okay.
No, we are not taking it.
Okay, it has not reached the retest.
It didn't get to retest. It only gave you.
It has not reached retest.
Okay, the ball
Sorry,
shows.
question, Connie. Sorry.
Okay.
We will never take it.
Okay.
Not take it. Are we going to take this trade?
We are going to take this one.
Yes.
Got there. Yeah.
Now, however, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Don't forget.
Please mute
Can you
yourself.
mute, please? but not something, and this is 1 hour. If you go to 15 minutes, it will give you entry. Let's go. Let's go to 15 minutes. 15 minutes will give us entry. I'm sure. I'm sure about that. Can you see that? Can you see that? The 15 minutes gives you entry or not?
It did.
Yeah, 15 minutes did.
15 minutes gives you entry.
How is that? Yes.
I think that's coming from Sister Buki. I will mute her. She will come on later. Okay. Can you see that 15 minutes gives you entry?
The one we couldn't pick on 1 hour,
1
right?
hour, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's why 15 minutes is not a bad. Let it be entry can do.
Can I ask very quickly, why the
Yes.
retest time, the retest zone is either the inner Bollinger Band or the outer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fantastic.
The Bollinger Bands are 2, right? One big one on top and one small one inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, excellent.
So it's so now, so I mean that's by the way, but it's a good one. Our executing time frame remains 15 minutes always. Oh my God. Okay. So let's look at other. I'm just trying to see which one will you take, which one will you not take. I want to know if we all understand it very well. Are we going to take this trade?
No.
Let's see. No.
Capital no.
No.
No. Are we going to take this trade?
No.
Didn't get there. No. No.
Are we going to take this trade?
That one, I think, yes. Did he get to the line?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it did.
Yes, and it's touching retest.
And it's touching retest.
Okay, good one. Are we going to take this trade? What are we even taking here? The trade didn't even go anywhere.
No.
Get there.
Didn't even go anywhere. It's not even a matter of getting there.
There's nothing there now.
Then it did not even go up. Are we gonna take this trade?
No.
I cannot. That person is not you.
Not touching anywhere in the Bollinger Band.
Okay. It's not touching anywhere in the Bollinger Band. So we are not taking it, Abby?
We are not taking it.
Very close.
What about this one? Are we going to take this trade?
This one. No. It's not touching retest on oscillator.
Good. Are we going to take this trade?
No.
No.
Capital no.
Are we going to take this trade?
No.
No.
Are we going to take this trade? I know this trade is sweet, but are we going to take it?
No.
I don't think so.
Sweet,
no.
but it has not really satisfied condition.
No. The oscillator was not touching retest.
Exactly.
It's even far to the
far away.
retest.
Yeah.
Very far.
So if it does not meet your condition, no take them. I know it's sweet. I know I feel like
really.
If I had taken it, I would have made a lot of money. And then next time you see it again, you know, say, that's the way I didn't take that one. And no, let me take this one. And that one
will now lose gallantly.
So please, if it doesn't meet. One thing I can tell you with this strategy is that you will always find one trade. You have to trade every time, every day. I like this.
one.
Do you take this trade? No. Will you? Are we going to take this trade?
Mm,
No.
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 But by the
No.
time, you're not going to take it. Good.
There's nothing to take. There's no ball, there's nothing.
There is ball. There is ball.
There is ball there,
I'm using the
Not
ball.
but it has not
But
touched
it's not
the.
even retest
It's
on the
it's
Bollinger
far from.
and the oscillator. Yeah.
Okay, good. So, but guess what? By the time I teach you divergence, I don't think I can take divergence today. Maybe another sister. Okay,
instead
maybe
to take
another.
it. Take it.
Maybe
Yes,
another time.
I don't even want this training to be too long. Can
Okay.
we do divergence on another training, please?
Yes.
Just
How to
to
spot
know
divergence,
about
please.
divergence, we now combine it with this training.
And I'm booking,
Mm.
where will that divergence training now be?
I'll fix that. You should trust me, Rookie. I would fix that and get you. I have to remind you guys to jump on the call now. Didn't I remind you?
Yeah.
No, trust me. I will get it arranged ASAP.
So
AY lives in a completely different time
Divergence
zone.
is very
And we'll make
important.
it happen.
Oh, he lives
He'll
in a
do
different time.
anything.
They're not in
Yes,
Nigeria.
he lives in North America. No, he lives in North
Okay.
America. So,
I
but
think
we will make it happen. I know he will do anything for me.
So,
Ah.
are we going to take this trade? Look at this. Are we going to take this trade?
There's a ball for Estelle. Yes, it's a good one.
Now,
a perfect one.
good
Yes, we would have
Very
taken it.
good one.
Let me say this to us, please. Always also be conscious of, I told you about when Bollinger Band
Yes,
is contracting.
narrows down. It is consolidation. Yes.
Okay. Always be conscious. Note that. Just note it. Okay. So when it's thinning out like this, you have no business trading, please. Like this. If you meet your
Okay,
condition.
it's coming down. We're trying to fix
Hello,
it.
sir. Hold on, sir. Hold on,
squeeze.
sir. Hello, sir. Hold on, sir. Even if it meets your conditions, but the Bollinger Band has tightened up, contracted like this, please don't trade it. Just leave it. Wait for the Bollinger Band to open again like this. You see, the moment it opened, gave you a good entry.
For a sale. Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yes, it does. And then another thing I also want to say, please, your exit strategy for this Sniper Pro is as important as your exit strategy, because especially when you are trading the pullbacks, don't expect price to travel far. You don't want to. So manage your expectation when you are trading pullbacks. This gold now is bearish. Gold has been bearish for some days now. So if you are taking this trade and you are holding it, what you would have made, Yoruba will say, you would have made some crazy money. Look at this. Are you going to get entry? So what I'm trying to say, if you pick a trade in line with the trend, please, does it mean if I find a trade in the pullback, can I take it? Yes, you can take it without closing even your trade in line with the trend. I don't know if I'm explaining this thing very well. So can I pick a trade that is in, like, okay, for example, look at this trade. Price got into the oversold, touched met our condition, eventually ball came out. Now, I could have taken this trade, okay, and it would have made me some small profit from here to here. And I will get out. Why myself, I'm still holding it. Why? Because the trend is bearish. And if I'm holding it, that means look at the amount of money. But when I'm holding it, I'm not just holding it and leave my stop loss. I probably would have broken even. When I saw this pullback, market comes down again, I move my stop loss from my broken even, move it above the high created by this one, so for the purpose of training. let me quickly, so that people who are new will understand. If my stop loss was here before, when I entered it, the moment it came down here and it put back, the moment I'm in profit, I'll move it into my entry. So by the time it put back, I entered this trade, though, it's a pullback and I entered it. I made some profit, I'm out of it. I entered, what will I do? In fact, I will enter another trade there. Can you see? I'll put this is my stop loss here. I will bring it now above this place. Why did I say I will enter this trade again? Because it also aligns. Look at it. It touched here, Abby, and the ball eventually came out. How will we enter for another sell? Why I'm still holding this sell? Now my two stop loss will now be above here. Okay? Price, because I'm in a trending market, I follow the trend. When I see that it's pulling back and I see a pullback here again, and I see a good entry for buy, I will enter buy again. But I know that my buy, I will know the expectation is low. I will take my profit when maybe I do ratio 1-to-1 or ratio 1-to-2 at most. It's a pullback. So by the time it exhausts and bearish. Okay, by the way, are we going to take this trade?
No.
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 Because it did not get here.
Didn't get there.
Yeah, I know it was very close. It was very close, but it did not get there. If you don't meet the condition, no taker. No matter how close it is. So let's look at a trade we would have lost. So it's all right to lose trades, okay? Look at this trade, we would have lost it because it met all our conditions. We entered, but market came back to eat us out on stop loss. Abby? Would have lost that.
Is it gold? Is gold that misbehaves like that?
It's good. No, any currency can do that. I don't want to just say gold. Any currency can do that, okay? Any currency can do that. Okay, wow. So let's stop it here. Now, this is good right now. But see, are we going to take this trade? In fact, I like that this one is here. Are we going to take this trade? All our conditions, so it got to the lower Bollinger Band, man. It gets to the bullish return.
No, the overall trend.
I think we should trade this, right? Shouldn't we trade it?
Is that
the overall trend is bearish?
No, overall trend is bearish and it is trending. It's not even saying pullback. It is trending. And it's very strong.
We are not taking this trade. Even if it now goes up until we see a shift in this trend. If this thing was on pullback now, then would have it's on pullback and it has moved to maybe it has left strong to neutral to weak and very weak, then we could have taken this and that would have been a good buy.
Amazing.
I'll give you an example of that. I took this trade yesterday, by the way. I should let you know. Was it yesterday or this that would be yesterday our own time, Abby, because you guys are ahead. So it was yesterday our own time. Did it touch it? In fact, it didn't really touch this, but I this very close, and then it gave me this, and then I think I took it on this second ball because I was like, okay, this, and as at that time, I think this was bearish, but we had pullback. It had pullback, and then I took it. It was bearish, yeah. It was bearish. Was it trending? I think it was trending, but the strength was not very strong anyway. So I took it. But thank God for stop loss. It went up a small, because I remember seeing my trading profit. It went up. I saw profit. I was like, hey, what can you observe from this trade? Should I have taken this trade based on what I just told you? Apart from the trend counter, should I have taken this trade? Look at the Bollinger Band very well.
He's trying to squeeze.
It's
It's not,
squeezing out.
it's,
It's
yeah, it
thinning
has,
out.
exactly, it's
It
squeezed.
has
Thinning
thinned
out.
out.
Yeah, it has thinned out. It's just about expanding. So anyway, to cut the long story short, I took this trade, and by the time I woke up, I saw that it has hit me out on stop loss. I was like, okay, good lesson. And that's another lesson. So I know that, just like I've told you, when it's thinned out, it's better not to take trade. And then when this Mr. is shouting like this, don't go against it. Even if it looks promising, don't go against it.
It's even the first condition you gave us.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So let me take final questions before I leave, guys.
Questions, people?
Let me check.
I was going to ask, the first 4 conditions are the major conditions.
Yes,
You've given us additional conditions, which are the volume and the points, right?
yes.
Once the first 4 conditions are met, can we shoot?
Yes, I believe yes. I believe you can.
Okay, so
In a lot of cases, the other one because those ones are not constant. They may appear at the point you want to take you may see them, and which that's why I call them secondary. So it solidifies. But if I don't, because even at the time by the point system, for example, you discover that it is coming and going. So by the time it may have come and you are getting there when it had just flashed out. Okay, so if you see it, good. If you don't see it, it doesn't mean it's not there. Okay, so it depends on when it pops out, because that's my observation. I observed that it will come, then it will go, it will come, it will go. I'm not so sure if they always stay, we will see them on all of these other entries.
it was even a good thing that they popped up during this training, because we all saw it very clearly. And we saw it move from a 4 to a 6 in a particular scenario.
Yes.
So the second question I have is that divergence is also a secondary confirmation, I take it?
And divergence is another, but is another confirmation on its own.
Okay.
And why I'm saying that is that because when you apply divergence in some cases, it may not as an alternative confirmation to these ones we have talked about. Because by the time you see divergence, sometimes this other confirmation may not align. I don't know if you get my point. So
I do get the point,
by the time you see
100%.
yes, by the time you see conversion, it may be like what do you call it? Maybe the ball has shown, but it has not got to this retest, but divergence has showed up. The only thing I will say is this: don't draw your own divergence. Use the divergence, because it doesn't print divergence all the time. But when it prints it, maybe you should use what do you call it? You should use that divergence. Okay. So once it prints it, and it's not even.
Can you quickly show an example of it showing some kind of divergence?
Can we leave that for another training, please?
Yeah, another. Yeah,
Let's leave that for another training. He already showed us an example of a divergence. He did that earlier on. So if you're watching this later, you'll see.
Yeah, and watch the recording.
Leave that. So we'll make that training specifically on divergence.
So, but I want to believe you've learned and understood this Sniper Pro based on this almost 2 hours now, and I think it's clear enough. If you have questions, I don't know, outside this training, but I think by the time you watch this video again and again, you'll probably have all your questions answered. Let me just do one last thing before I go. Let me just show you on currency. Let me Okay, let somebody give us a currency. Let's just try it on
EU, Euro USD.
Okay. Rwanda FXCM. Let's use Rwanda. Monthly bullish neutral. Okay, so there's something about EU right now. Trending but weak on weekly, daily consolidating. 4 hours consolidating. 1 hour weak. So before I even get to other lower time frame, what can you make out of EU based on this top down we have checked up to this point?
It's not a trade to be taken. A lot of consolidations are happening
On the higher time frame.
on the higher time frame.
Okay, so monthly is trending, but we know it's neutral, right? So suggesting some form of weakness in EU. Okay, daily is consolidating, 4 hours is consolidating, 1 hour is consolidating. No, so at the end of the day, yeah, so generally EU is in consolidation, generally. But on the lower time frame, are you going to see entry opportunities? Very possible. But you know what the only implication to this is this. Nothing like I am holding the trade for long because it's the trend on the higher time frame are compromised. Okay. So when the trends on the higher time frame is compromised, it's not showing you trending very strong and things like that. You should know that any trade I'm taking on that the lower time frame calls for me, now oga take them and get out as as soon as you can. Now it has caused divergence for us here, and it played out very well. Okay, so let's quickly look at it. So this is a case of consolidation on the higher time frame. Go to 30 minutes. The trend has turned bearish. 15 minutes, bearish. But the bearish right now is weak. But at some point, would you have seen some good trade here? Oh, yes, we would have. This is 15 minutes, right? I don't know. Did this one play out? Oh, yeah, this one played out. Maybe it's also out on the stop loss and then went up. Yeah, that's what happened in the consolidation market. But it played out. That's my point. First, second, third. Okay. No, we would have had opportunity to enter it again. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Look at this. You enter, yeah, it came, hit your stop loss. But when market went, it came back into that line, Abby, and printed another ball for you. It's time for school, right? Oh yeah, go and get your bags. 30. Come. Go and get your bags. Okay, so you can see that, right? So this gives another entry almost immediately. Where's the candle? Gives us another entry almost immediately. Buy, stop loss below, and then eventually it went up. But like you see, it's and then it went all the way up. But generally, is it the market is in consolidation? What happened? What should we do? What should I do with that? Just drop it. Just leave it. I'm going to get your bags. What to share? Okay. Okay. No. Leave it. We're going now. Okay, so you can see, and then it went all the way up. But market is in consolidation. But we can quickly look at what happened here before I go. So here, did this meet our condition? Yes, it met our condition. So what I'm trying to explain because it's good we are seeing different scenarios. I know there are some scenario maybe we have not even okay, we have seen pullback scenarios now. So there are different scenarios that will play out, but that's why I just need you to understand the counter. The scenario we are looking at now is that on the higher time frame, market is bullish but consolidating. So we can have a scenario market on the higher time frame, market is bullish but pulling back, you know. So what are the implications? So I need us to understand. Once we are able to interpret the counter, I think we give ourselves a lot of room to make a lot of right decisions as far as taking this trade is concerned. So market is consolidating, but it will always, because it's lower time frame, we always see possible trending market on the lower time frame. So that's why we have this bearish that is trend. Oh, by the way, you know, this, what we are saying on the counter has nothing to do with this one. Oh, this one is this is what is happening right now. That's what we are saying on the counter. So as at this time, I tell you what, the counter will be showing bearish trending and probably very strong. Okay, very strong. And look at your point system, 4. So this is a trade to take. So if I were you, I would have taken this trade, sell, stop loss above that entry, and this is my take profit. And by now you would have been out of the profit. And this, like, how many pips is this? This is like 60 pips, Abi. Yeah, this 60 pips. You risk 25 to make 60 pips. EU, beautiful trade. So what's happening right now? Maybe you should be looking at EU right now. Why? Why did I say that? 15 minutes, bearish, trending. But the trend is what? Weak. It is weak. So if this one gives you opportunity now, so right now, as it got to the lower Bollinger Band, yes, I think it had touched it. So it touched it here, and we are here at the retest now, okay? Now, another thing I think I should quickly mention. So, when I said go on, get ready. When price is when this oscillator is going below this bullish reversal, it may suggest a stretch of that, I mean, it may suggest that price is still going to go further down. Okay, it may suggest. Okay, so when that happens, it may suggest that, and but time will not allow me to show you a scenario like that. And I don't know if I'll ever hand like this one. Look, by the time it's going over it, is a sign that this market. So always wait for it to start coming back and give you your ball before you even try to enter it at all. And that's if it meets all your conditions before you enter. Okay, so right now, we just have to wait and see if EU, if it will give us a ball, print a ball for us to sell, if all other conditions applies. Okay, so you may want to watch out for EU for your first trade on this, and let's see if it works out. If, don't worry if you take your first trade and it does not mean this is not reliable. So, but we understand we won't win all the trades. That will never happen. But I think we're going to win most of the trades. So let's look at EU and see how it plays out at the end of the day. It is bearish, but the bearish is weak on 5 minutes. Can you see why I say we should look at taking it? It has turned bullish on 5 minutes. Okay, bullish, but it's pulling back, and the pulling back is weak. So meaning that what do you call it? Sorry, the bullish is weak. 11:30. Oh yeah, go and wear your socks. That means that this pullback is also showing some sign of weakness. But for me, if we print the ball in 15 minutes, beautiful. We have a trade in our hands to take in that scenario. Okay, so and just like I told you, when you take trade on 5 minutes, it tends to give you early entry. As you can see, it seems to have printed an entry here right now. For 5 minutes, we would have jumped on this train right now, right? Okay, but then I will need 15 minutes to give us, something more before we get into this trade. Okay, that's it, guys. Really appreciate your time. Really appreciate your time, sis. I have to run now. I have to take.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
God
much.
bless you, EY. Thank you so much for being a blessing. That's it, guys.
Thank you.
We're going to converge again to learn about divergence. In the meantime, what you've learned, put it to good use. That alone will give you a lot of money. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, AY. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.